It appears that no new M3 is ever as good as the preceding M3. However, the F80 generation encountered a more hostile response than most when it debuted in 2014. To begin with, the coupe no longer went by the name M3, which only made things more confusing. More significantly, it was the first turbocharged variant with a modern straight 6 replacing the iconic high-revving M motors of the past. People claimed it didn't sound as good, didn't like the way the power was delivered, and was nearly impossible to drive anywhere other than a smooth, dry road. Based on those early reviews, it appeared that the F80 was a disgrace to the M3 name. But they were mistaken, and the F80 deserves to be remembered as one of the all-time greats. When did Alfa Romeo enter the race? Fate decreed that BMW chose the same Portimao circuit for the first drives of the M3 and M4 just a few months prior when Mercedes-AMG debuted the C63. I had the good fortune to be present for both incidents, and while the C63 delivers more force, the BMW's aggressiveness just served to heighten the excitement. When Alfa Romeo entered the race with the Giulia Quadrifoglio, and I had the chance to triple test it against the M3 and C63 on a closed circuit shoot at Anglesey, this hit home for me. When creating the first generation BMW M3 BMW Motorsport division, the company's predecessor to BMW M division was strict in its application of pure motor racing technology. Based on the mass-produced BMW 3 Series, the result of its efforts was a high-performance sports car that was practical for daily usage. In the 3 decades that have since passed, BMW M has improved its groundbreaking and popular creation from generation to generation while always taking care to maintain the M3's unique personality. The end result is that, arguably, no other car combines such prominently honed motorsport genes and unwavering everyday practicality into such an arresting overall package. The 30th anniversary of the BMW M3 offers a chance to reflect on 4 incredibly intriguing model versions that, for a variety of reasons, were never developed past the prototype stage. Therefore, the BMW M3 Pickup from 1986, the BMW M3 Compact from 1996, the BMW M3 Touring from 2000, and the second generation of the BMW M3 Pickup, revealed in 2011, will all be attending its progenitor's birthday party. The first generation BMW M3's primary development goal was to be used in touring car racing. The BMW M3 was developed with the intention of creating a racing car for motorsports that would be also available in a road-going version, rather than trying to create a sporting flagship, for a model range that was mass-produced. The German Touring Car Championship, DTM, which had replaced the German Racing Championship, featured Group A production touring cars as its chosen racing category, or DRM. According to the Group A regulations, a racing car needed to sell at least 5,000 road-legal units in a calendar year in order to be homologated. The remainder of the 4 Series also lacked much organization. The renowned auto designer Frank Stephenson, who once worked for BMW, didn't comprehend the design of the vehicle. The body and grille appeared to have been designed by 2 different people, departing from the brand's identity, and the increased beltline angle and illumination of the Hofmeister kink were also unacceptable. Since the 4 Series was unveiled, BMW vehicles have continued to use this peculiar design language. In 2021, BMW took their poor design language a step further. On his YouTube channel, The Late Break Show, automotive journalist Johnny Smith has emphasized this. He most recently examined the iX electric SUV from 2022. Of course, one of the main talking points about the car is its appearance. Smith claims that the side profile of the car is the second worst, and that the front is the worst. It's quite simple to understand why he describes the front of the car without needing to pay attention to what he says. Smith refers to it as the horrifying front end of the beaver teeth, and it is indeed awful. Additionally, since it is electric, a grille is not even necessary. It is ignored since it serves no purpose. It is impenetrable to air. Smith advises, if you buy one of these cars, buy it in a dark color because the grille is so repulsive. Why? Smith claims that if we purchase one in white, we will be permanently drawn to the fact that its front end is revolting. Before we even talk about how big this car is overall, that is. It's an SUV that weighs 2 tons or more and resembles nothing more than a massive blob of composite materials. Not just the iX and 4 Series are affected by this strange BMW design trend. Even the most recent BMW M3 isn't immune to the grille craze. Thankfully, the rest of the M3's design is still rather attractive and sophisticated, but it's difficult to pinpoint where things went wrong. There is no doubt that these designs have faced harsh criticism. BMW, though, appears steadfastly rebellious with their current look. According to Dukek, If you want to produce something that sticks out, it must be distinctive and it needs to be unusual, he remarked back in February. We don't want anything to do with being different if it means unattractive. Sincerity be damned, it's hard to genuinely defend BMW's present design ethos. It doesn't simply enrage people online or make them long for the glory days, though. Everyone vehemently despises it. One such journalist who has critiqued their current design aesthetic is Chris Harris. The company doesn't appear to have any plans to change the ugly design of modern BMWs in the near future. We can only hope that BMW finds a solution to this and resumes producing attractive vehicles. Not even a line fit for a sales brochure. But every F80 M3 and M4 has a badass streak that demands your complete respect. It distinguishes out for being openly aggressive and demanding to drive in a time when performance cars have gotten faster but not sanitized. Perhaps a little bit too much for the early models, whose erratic power delivery and questionable damping made them a real handful on surfaces other than smooth, dry tarmac. However, mid-life updates and software modifications made to the engine, gearbox, stability control, adaptive dampeners, and the M-Active differential on the competition package made newer vehicles much more usable, not least in the final CS models. But its front-end bite steering feel and desire to oversteer, the F80 is a vehicle you can appreciate fully on every road and in any weather. However, this vehicle still requires respect. If you treat it like a lead-footed idiot, you risk receiving a first-class crash into the nearest hedge. Darwin in action, if you will. The M3 has always been unapologetically luxurious to drive, but its great trick has been its elegant and subtle exterior. Absolutely, it's not a Q car, but when equipped with the proper wheels, color, and especially 4-door M3 configuration, it's just the perfect amount of aggressive. It just has the right amount of aggression without being too overbearing, as evidenced by the fact that during my 6 months of ownership of an M4, I never left the gun without giving it at least one quick glance over my shoulder and uttering the word, "War." It's a little awkward in a group, but that's the type of car. With its carbon aero, optional ceramic brake, and vented hood, the M3 CS you see here may be going too far. But the devil is in the details, and the details are excellent. BMW styling has recently undergone a contentious change, but I think they completely nailed it with the F80. How often have you opened the bonnet of a modern performance automobile only to find the engine covered by a faceless slab of black plastic? That's how many, far too many. However, opening the bonnet of an M3 or M4 is a true geek's delight. For starters, there is the stunning boomerang-shaped carbon fiber strut brace and a sweet BMW Straight 6 with an exotic-looking charge cooler for each of the 2 turbochargers on top. The engine is also excellent in every way. Due to the small size of those turbos, they spin up quickly, allowing the engine to rev above 7,000 RPM. To keep the turbos firing, there are 2 Vanos, Valvetronic, a forged crank, a magnesium sump, and a variety of small boost recirculating technology. Do forced induction motors stink? Quiet. This is one of the greatest, revving like a naturally aspirated screamer, but with incredible boost, or perhaps even kill you. It will take some time before you see the next M3 or M4, as the new 3 Series has just recently been released. I'll take a chance on this one because it will be clean compared to this one. Why would it be any different? Oh, I have no doubt that it will have greater technology, more gadgets, and lap the Nürburgring more quickly when consuming less gasoline. But I just don't see how BMW will ever get away with releasing a vehicle this brazenly brutal again. In that regard, M3 has peaked, and the F80 will be remembered as one of the all-time greats, despite not because of its flaws.